is a presentation of Fox Sports.
Game day ride. Look back. And the sacrifice.
Big chest.
Pressure. Victory. Lapsed under the weight of expectation. We kept grinding. An opportunity to be champion. This ride and our journey is ending. It wasn't easy,
You have a tremendous opportunity right in front of you
but nothing worth doing ever is.
to go win a state championship.
When we wake up tomorrow,
Overcast here in Arlington, and we have reached the final day of the Texas high school football season. It began in August, and at the first team meeting, perhaps one simple word was uttered: state. It's a word that Aledo knows so well. It's more than just a goal or an expectation. Some years, it feels like destiny. Ben Marshall feels it is its destiny to right a wrong after Aledo humbled the Buffaloes in this game a year ago. T&T Stadium is ready for a rematch in Class 5A Division II. 14-1 Aledo, 14-1 Marshall, as we kick off our final triple header of UIL Football State Championship games on Fox Sports Southwest. And welcome to the booth. Happy holidays to you and yours. I'm Ted Emmerich, along with former Texas A&M receiver Shea Walker. There are several key figures back from Aledo's 55-19 win over Marshall last year. For Marshall, Devon Achan has been running with a purpose all season.
Well, he certainly has, Ted. And you want to talk about one of the most electrifying, dynamic backs in the entire state. Achan has just been on a tear. Over 2,000 yards rushing, as you see there on the stats. But he has got eyes in the back of his head. He can stop and start on a dime. His explosive nature, he's a track star. But this guy can absolutely put the ball in the end zone any point, any time during the game.
Achan had a massive game in the semifinals last week against Bernie Champion, and the numbers in the playoffs are absurd. More than 1,000 yards from scrimmage and 19 touchdowns the last 5 weeks. Aledo is chasing an UIL record 11-man football for 9 state championships at the 11-man football level. And we know for Aledo, that would be a storybook finish to the career of Jace McClellan.
Well, Jace McClellan has been contributing to this Aledo Bearcat team since he was a freshman. He has been a dominant player. He also is a breakaway threat anytime he touches the football. Very talented guy. He's got a little bit of injuries so far this year, but he's back, he's full, he's healthy, and that's good news for the Aledo Bearcats.
And Aledo is leaning on McClellan more than ever now in the playoffs. Check out 2 weeks ago against Ennis in the regional final. He handled 45 touches for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns. History awaits. Will it be the 9th championship for Aledo or the first for Marshall? Kickoff is after this.
With a freshly cracked egg and your choice of sausage or now chicken are just $3. Served all day, so they're not just for early birds.
Great, because I was out raging last night.
Get my 2 for $3 Breakfast Jack deal while you can.
This country was built by people willing to get their hands dirty. This machine was built for them. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger 1000, the ultimate combination of price and performance. Born with a new high-efficiency engine that's geared for work. Backed by class-leading hauling and towing. And built to work side by side with the real-life heroes of Ranger Country. Polaris Ranger, driven to do more.
With a freshly cracked egg and your choice of sausage or now chicken are just $3. Served all day, so they're not just for early birds.
Nice, because I was spinning till like 4 a.m.
Get my 2 for $3 Breakfast Jack deal while you can.
I want you to control. That's your attitude. Control your attitude. Care of the little things.
Put your hearts out there for the guy next to you. Life memories, fellas. It's a life memories. Let's handle business. Let's handle business.
Words from Tim Buchanan for Alito and James Williams in the Fort Ben Marshall locker room, and the Buffaloes make their way onto the field. We are just about ready for the 5A Division II title game. Before kickoff, we send it down to Lauren Blackwell with Alito head coach Tim Buchanan.
Thanks, guys. Coach Buck, as your team is on a mission for the 9th state title in program history, how much will experience truly play a role in a game of this magnitude?
Well, we're hoping a whole bunch. You know, both teams have kids that have been in this game before not too long ago. So, you know, we're just hoping we play good, come out with the 9th win.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Let's head on over to Jason Spells, standing by with Fort Ben Marshall head coach James Williams.
Thank you, Lauren. Coach Williams, throughout the season, you said you haven't looked to the state championship game. You've stressed the process. The process has brought you to this moment. What was your message to your Buffaloes?
Let's be us. Let's play in-block football. Let's get out there and play physical football, play for each other, love each other out there, and good things are going to happen today.
Thank you. Good luck in this game. Ted, we'll send it back to you all upstairs.
Jason, thanks so much. The hashtag for Marshall all season has been unfinished business. They remember well 55-19 being on the wrong end of that score in this stadium against this team last December. So winning the coin toss, they've deferred the option to the second half, so Alito has the ball first. Short kick. And on the return is sophomore B.J. Allen across the 30-yard line. And we take a look at this Bearcats offense with 3-year starter Jake Bishop at quarterback. He has saved his best for last, Shea. Honorable mention All-State this season.
Well, he certainly put up monster numbers, completing 72% of his passes, 39 touchdowns. And he has got a bevy of targets to go to. JoJo Earl, Money Parks, Kate Jones, Jace McClellan. A lot of weapons on this Bearcats offense.
First down from the 33. And it's Jace McClellan playing in his 4th consecutive state championship game. And McClellan has a first down, a gain of 12, just like that. Avery Helm pushed him across. Forward impact players, and you mentioned JoJo Earl's name, Shea. He is Alito's leading receiver, more than 1,600 yards.
And you look at the number of receptions, the yards, the touchdowns, and he also can run the ball. If he gets into pinch for Alito, he can go back, line up in the backfield, but he is a dynamic playmaker downfield.
Back-to-back carries for McClellan. The spin at midfield. And it's a gain of 5. Sylvester LeBaume dropped him there. McClellan has been battling a sprained ankle in the playoffs. He suffered the injury in the 2nd round. And Tim Buchanan, well, he hoped that he'd be closer to 100%. I think we're seeing that already.
Well, he's had 2 great opening runs. Picked up a first down on that first one, and now 5 on this one. Jace McClellan, it almost feels like they're kind of warming him up. Make sure that they get the body right, running him into the wide side of the field on both carries.
Straight carry for McClellan, lowering the shoulder. A 3-yard pickup here. Tristan Drones Mouton met him in the hole. It'll be 3rd and 2. McClellan, one of the most decorated running backs in Texas high school football history. 2-time state championship game offensive MVP.
Some smacking going on. Christian Jackson Tristan Jones-Mouton for the Buffaloes defense there to keep McClellan short of the first down. Yeah, a prolific runner, Chase McClellan, no doubt about it.
This will be a false start.
Start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Race third down.
Carter Miller, the right tackle, is the guilty party. Toledo averaging 51 points a game this season. And awfully balanced, 223 yards rushing, 227 passing. 3rd and 7. The sideline, Money Parks, a first down. Parks, the Utah signee, picking up 12.
Protection was fine. Jake Bishop steps into the throw. Money Parks did a nice job of getting outside beyond the yardage stick to pick up the first down. Good throw, pitch and catch on the sideline.
From the Marshall 42. Back to McClellan. Bangs across the 35. Jace McClellan, more than 5,000 yards in his career, over 100 touchdowns.
He's just so quick, and he accelerates so quickly after he takes the handoff, and he's very decisive about his runs. Not afraid to lower the shoulders, Ted, as you said. He got hit around 6 yards. He picked up another 2 after contact.
It's Jace McClellan probing and lunging for the first down to the 30. Kenneth Seymour, Marshall's leading tackler at middle linebacker, made the stop. Looks like McClellan will get a breather.
A little bit of a hobble as he's coming out. Maybe DeMarco Roberts looks like he's checking in for him, but take a look at the end of the play here. He's getting tackled. You see that ankle get
Watch that ankle
stretched down.
They sprained it in the 2nd round. Here is JoJo Earl, the leading receiver on the carry. You mentioned it, Jay, also a part of the running game for Aledo. And McClellan received some attention on the sideline. So a steady diet of Jace McClellan putting Aledo in Marshall territory, but now getting checked out. Roberts, number 6 in the white, starts at corner for Aledo. He has been the number 2 running back here in the playoffs. Screen, Money Parks. Flipping free. Touchdown, Aledo. Even with McClellan on the sideline. 28 yards.
Nothing overly complicated about the scheme from the Aledo Bearcats, Ted. They found Money Parks, the slot receiver, and he makes that Buffalo defense pay. There were several defenders that seemingly had a shot at him. He was too quick, juked it back to the inside. Goes in untouched for his 18th touchdown of the season.
He leads Aledo in that category. Nico Little, the senior, with the extra points. The Bearcats march right down the field. And Money Parks, future Utah Ute, finishes it off.
Today on Fox Sports Southwest, the battle to be best in Texas continues as teams across the state collide inside AT&T Stadium. Don't miss today's matchups during the UIL Football State Championships on Fox Sports Southwest.
Puck is, and we're underway. Heave it for the end zone. Go!
Even if you're buying a used car, you feel luxury when you're driving a Soul.
I feel like purchasing a pre-owned, I'm buying a new car.
You're still treated the same. That's amazing.
I believe Soul defines integrity, and you notice that the moment that you walk into their showroom.
They had listened to what I needed, and they cared that I got into the right car.
I will always drive a Soul.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
Few things are more satisfying than watching an epic Arby's French dip soak up a cup of warm, flavorful au jus. The perfect ratio of sauce and sandwich. And what's that? You ran out of sandwich? Arby's knew this would happen. Which is a great time to bring up this backup sandwich. 2 French dips for $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
High School Scoreboard Live on Fox Sports Southwest.
7-0 Aledo in the 5A Division II state championship game. How about the screen for Money Parks?
Well, what a fantastic job Money Parks is, and he is a totally dangerous threat in the open field. We're going to take another look here. As he catches the pass, he's making the cut back across the middle of the field, not going outside, juking defenders as he goes. And take another look, Ted. Full speed. He's making the cut, going to go around the defender, untouched into the end zone. Averaging 18 yards a catch. He's over 1,000 yards receiving again this year. Money Parks, outstanding.
Tim Buchanan is laughing, of course, in his return to the sideline. Spent the last 5 years as athletic director before returning as head coach for Aledo. He's glad that Money Parks is back with Aledo. As we check the Jack-in-the-Box scoring drive, 8 plays, 67 yards. Parks spent last year with Fort Worth All Saints and returned to Aledo for his senior year. I don't think Aledo designed it that way. The little squib kick fielded right there by Jalen Rice, and it'll be excellent field position for the Buffaloes on their first possession.
Great hands by the front line of Fort Bend Marshall to not let that ball bound. Scoops it right up.
Rice, junior, plays mostly in the secondary. So here is Marshall and Malik Hornsby, but before their first snap, motion up front.
Start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Andre Sowell commits the penalty. Hornsby ranked as a top 10 dual threat quarterback in the country by most recruiting services. And you know about Devon Achane, headed to Texas A&M. Tripped up at the 50, a flag is down. Marco Roberts made the tackle on the perimeter.
The block in the back. Offense, number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
I don't know how it could be on Achane since he carried the ball, but in any event, it's back-to-back penalties for the Buffs.
Well, certainly not the way head coach James Williams wanted to start the opening drive for his Buffaloes.
About this, 4 receivers top of your screen, and Hornsby goes the other way to Achane, who is Marshall's leading receiver in addition to being a 2,000-yard rusher. Roberts had the coverage, and it'll be 3rd and 4. Forward impact player for Marshall, Malik Hornsby, dual threat, as we mentioned, more than 3,500 yards of offense. Second down. Javion Matthews coming off a career game across midfield. Matthews had 9 catches for 126 yards last week.
You see that extra bunch group out there trying to get some one-on-one moves in the inside pursuit. Weston Reese, good job by the little defense closing down.
So 3rd and 7. Be on the rollout. The angle and pushed out short of the first down. Keenan Hess tracking him down. 4th down for the Buffs.
It was a great job defensively by Hess to make sure that the dynamic Malik Hornsby not able to get to the sideline, as you said, with the right angle. Forced him out well short.
exactly what Tim Buchanan told us this week. How do you deal with Hornsby and Achan, especially their speed? You have to take good angles. We're not going to beat them in the 40 or the 100 meters or the 200 meters.
Right.
We have to make sure and take good angles. Christian Jackson on to punt. So Earl, the fair catch inside the 10. Well, let's check out the Fox map where Tim Buchanan brought his Bearcats from, just west of Fort Worth in Parker County, 33 miles from AT&T Stadium. Of course, they won it all last year against Marshall, 55-19. 8 state championships overall. Tim Buchanan, the head coach for 5 of those, the last one in 2013, before Buck became the athletic director. Steve Wood was the head coach the last 5 years. Jace McClellan back on the field for Alito after being shaken up on the first drive. Tries the spin. Had a gain of 4 on first down. Seymour made the hit. So far, it has been about the ground game, as you would expect, with Jace McClellan in the backfield. 7 runs, 2 passes.
Well, and after that run, McClellan checking out again, going with a little bit of a different package offensively.
Is in the backfield this time, and it's Earl straight ahead. 3 yards to bring up third down. Down to Lauren Blackwell.
Thanks, guys. Well, as you mentioned, we saw Jason McClellan limp off the field on that first drive and getting some attention from those trainers. But, guys, he was the first one to throw his hands up in the air, get up off the bench to go congratulate his teammate on that score, almost as if he forgot about any of the pain he was feeling. And it's a true indication of the closeness of these boys and the true leadership of Jace McClellan.
It's amazing how adrenaline can kick in the state championship game.
You know it.
3rd and 3. McClellan is back on the field. Jake Bishop scrambling and diving to the 20. That's a first down.
Good coverage downfield by the Buffalo secondary, and McClellan sees a little bit of a lane. Excuse me. Bishop sees a little bit of a lane off to the left side. Able to get just enough yards for the first down. Taking a look here, he's getting pressure on his right side. It's a nice block there by Gunnar Allen, the sophomore. Right guard went around him for the first down.
Bishop, an adept runner himself when he needs to be. McClellan backs his way for a gain of 3. Drones Mouton, Edward Brown bring him down. Now McClellan sent shockwaves through college football. I'm sure you were following if you're a big fan of what goes on Saturdays. Committed to Oklahoma before his sophomore year. He signed with Alabama on Wednesday. You see his numbers from this season. He said that was so tough. He had a relationship with Lincoln Riley, but after his official visit to Alabama, Nick Saban certainly changed things for him. 2nd and 7. Bishop bobbled it, able to recover it, knocked out of bounds, and a flag is thrown as Avery Helm tossed him to the ground.
Yeah, Avery Helm at the end of the play gets his hand inside the collar and pulls down Jake Bishop. Ball pops out right here, though. It's heads up play by Bishop to keep his concentration, turning upfield, and then the
personal foul. Horse collar. Defense number 25. 15-yard penalty for the minute run. Automatic first down.
Helm is just excited to be playing in this game. He missed it a year ago because of a torn ACL in the playoffs. Awfully eager to make his mark in the state championship, but you don't want to do it that way. First down now at the 43. It's McClellan. It's hard to knock that train off the tracks, isn't it?
Well, his top end speed, and again, he's not the kind of guy that makes you look like he's going to throw a bunch of juke moves. He can if he needs to, but he's a downhill runner. 6 foot, 200 pounds, 210 pounds. I mean, he's a heavy load when he's running, especially when he gets at the top end of his speed range.
Buchanan says from McClellan, it starts with his vision. He just sees the hole quicker than anybody else. Run pass option. Off the fake handoff. Money Parks, who has the touchdown for Aledo to the 40-yard line of Marshall. Gain of 9.
Money Parks doing a good job, and this run game is setting up the short passing game for this Aledo Bearcat offense, and right now they are humming, executing to perfection.
You asked Buchanan, where does Aledo have an advantage offensively? He really thought it was in those RPOs because he trusts Bishop as a decision maker. Saw it right there. On first down, here's the shot downfield. Wide open, JoJo Earl. Touchdown, 40 yards. Statement from Aledo.
Short passing game that we've been talking about, Ted. Nothing over the top yet. Money Parks looked like he was going to get the ball. It's a great job by Jake Bishop looking off the safeties. And JoJo Earl just flies right behind him, wide open for the touchdown.
Earl, the junior, with his 16th touchdown reception. Little, the PAT. JoJo Earl at 100 yards and a touchdown in this game a year ago. He scores a touchdown in the first quarter this year.
Main event, where your winter fun pass starts at just $14.99. All you can play bowling, billiards, laser tag, and more just in time for bragging rights season. Get your winter fun pass starting at just $14.99, only at Main Event.
Nobody puts Santa in the bargain bin. Nobody. The Ford F-150 has available best-in-class payload, and this sleigh is bringing the big man home. Ford, built for the holidays.
Now during the Built for the Holidays sales event, get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 F-150. Plus, earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
Central Texas College is here for those who are good with their hands. People who get their hands dirty or lend a helping hand. Hands that fix, cook, compose, discover, and heal. Get hands-on education to turn your potential into a higher-paying job. Central Texas College is central to your success. Hands down.
Hurry into Main Event, where your winter fun pass starts at just $14.99. All you can play bowling, billiards, laser tag, and more just in time for bragging rights season. Get your winter fun pass starting at just $14.99, only at Main Event.
The UIL Football State Championships on Fox Sports Southwest are brought to you by your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By Jack in the Box, proud sponsor of the Texas UIL Championships. By Polaris Ranger, driven to do more. By Baylor Scott & White Health, changing healthcare for the better. By Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud official sponsor of the UIL. And by Main Event, the most fun you can have under one roof. Main Event Entertainment. Together, we play.
Won it all last year. They have raced out to a 14-0 lead over Marshall in the rematch here in 2019, the 5A Division II title game. And another look at Bishop's second touchdown.
Well, you see Bishop just hanging on to that football for a little bit of a second, a little twinge of the shoulders down, but the safeties and the defensive backs have been conditioned to that inside receiver threat. They forgot all about JoJo Earl, and he went right behind the secondary. Bishop throws a perfect strike downfield for the score.
Tim Buchanan says that Earl could be the most dynamic player he has ever coached. The only one in the conversation at receiver, Buck says, Troy Walters, who he coached when he was at A&M Consolidated. Of course, Walters, a star at Stanford, played in the NFL as well.
That's some heavy praise.
Little kicks it deeper this time. The knee ruled down for Marshall is Jakari Strong-White at the 19.
Right now, Fort Bend Marshall feels like it's just, you know, they're not really ready. They've had those 2 penalties, that great starting field position on their first possession, and they have 2 penalties that back them up beyond the chain, so 1st and 20. And then on the kickoff return, after the second touchdown by the Bearcats, you know, it's just kind of a play that you shouldn't make, or that you know in this game that it's going to be costly if you make those too many of those types of plays. I think Malik Hornsby, of course, and H.A.N. can get this thing back on track, but they just need to have some positive plays here.
H.A.N. motioning out of the backfield on 1st down. Such a gifted receiver. There's a 1st down across the 30.
Well, it was no secret to who was going to get the ball on that play as H.A.N. goes across the field in motion to that side. He's one-on-one with the defender, but look at the inside pursuit from the Bearcats. Keenan Hess coming in to get him in on that tackle.
14 yards to the 33. Marshall nearly 2,800 yards from scrimmage and 48 touchdowns this year. Jamal Ulmer in motion. Now the toss to H.A.N. No daylight. Luke Riley runs him over. It's a loss of 3.
Yeah, Riley and Keenan Hess again following H.A.N. Nothing going there. The offensive line getting stalemated at the point of attack. That does not bode well for H.A.N. as he's trying to get through it. Really, Oliver Crow, head coach, loves him. Buchanan was talking about how much he really liked this guy, his big energy, his high motor. Did a great job of blowing that play up from the very beginning.
2nd and 13. Speed. Time's running out. Eludes one man and tosses it away. Well done by Malik Hornsby to keep that play alive.
And Carson Berry flattens Malik Hornsby after he gets rid of the football. Got quite a magician act. He saved a lot of yards. Looked like he was going to be brought down for a sack. Somehow he wriggles his way out of it. And the rest of that Aledo Bearcat defense coming in to clean it up. They're aggressive, and you talk about the angles that Coach Buck was talking in the conference call. These angles so far, this defense is well-heeled, well-disciplined. They're making it work for the Bearcats.
They need 13 on 3rd down. Free up the middle. Hornsby the sidestep. Hornsby across his body to H.A.N. Down the sideline. And pushed out inside the 20 by DeMarco Roberts. Hornsby finds a lifeline, 53 yards.
All I can say, they look like a hot rod sitting at the blade, waiting for the green light to go. And as soon as H.A.N. caught the ball, Ted, he stumbled just a bit, but you see how quickly he gets to top speed. There is a defender right in his hip pocket.
Red zone. It's H.A.N. up the middle. Down to the 10. Gain of 7. You're right. Devon H.A.N. just moves at a different speed.
But again, he started at a stumble, and a defender had a full sprint coming at him. As Buffalo's offense now creating a little bit of space downfield. Maybe that's the play that'll get this Buffalo team back to where they wanted to be and play how they want to play in the game.
Yeah. 3rd and long. Bookmark that play. 53 yards to H.A.N. But can the Buffaloes cash in here for Coach James Williams? 2nd and 3. Oh, up the gut. Touchdown. Marshall's on the board.
Jitters are off now. Drive by the Buffaloes, and really Malik Hornsby had a lot to do with that, not just scoring this touchdown, but his scrambling and then able to locate his receiver on the sideline. Said, all right, let's go, guys.
Mongolwa adds the extra point, and Marshall is within a score. One more look.
I like the pump fake. And then Malik Hornsby, he is a talented runner, over 1,400 yards. He averages 12 yards a carry, 16th rushing touchdown of the year. And you can see he's really fired up and trying to get his team motivated. What a very necessary response by the Buffaloes, because Aledo owned the first quarter so far.
6 plays, 81 yards. Remember the 53-yard pass to Achane when Hornsby was in trouble on 3rd and 13. And Hornsby caps it off with his 16th rushing touchdown of the season. Malik Hornsby, James Williams told us this week, there are some people who wonder, is he just an athlete, the so-called ATH in recruiting circles? No, Malik Hornsby's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback. You got it. And he said that that's how he feels. He doesn't want to be labeled as an athlete. He is a quarterback. He said he studies film more than anybody else, even some of the coaches. I mean, Hornsby he's a bona fide quarterback.
B.J. Allen on the return. And driving ahead to the 35 for Alito, a 14-yard return by the sophomore. So Marshall has settled in now. What adjustments do they have to make defensively after giving up 2 early touchdowns?
Well, I mean, the offensive situation was a little frantic because, as you said, on that 3rd down, it took a remarkable scramble by Hornsby to find Achane out on the sideline, but they did score on that drive. Now on defense, can you get a stop? In the running game with Jace McClellan, and we've seen him after that tweaked ankle again in this game. He's been back and forth coming in and out of the game.
Bishop keeps it. And he picks up 2 to the 37. Quincy Blair makes the tackle. Playing in his 3rd consecutive state championship game. Alito lost to College Station when Bishop was a sophomore. Last year, of course, against Marshall, he accounted for 4 touchdowns. He's got 2 touchdown passes so far in this first quarter. Again, the keeper. Driving to the 40. That's a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Zone read with McClellan. Tough run there by Bishop. Didn't pick up a lot of yards, but took a couple of shots. He's got 2 games so far this season where he's rushed for over 100 yards. So he's carrying the football is no stranger to him. But when you have guys like McClellan and DeMarco Roberts, obviously that's the better option in the run game.
Blitz on 3rd down. Deep shot. Incomplete. Intended for Jaden Pellegrino.
I don't think Pellegrino knew the ball was coming to him. He was running a go route, well covered. Jake Bishop lays it up high, and talk about the Buffaloes getting a stop.
Not just a stop, but a 3 and out following their first touchdown. And Devon Achane is ready to receive for Marshall. He returned 5 kicks for touchdowns a year ago, 3 kickoffs and 2 punts. He has not been used all that much in the return game this year. Cade Jones lifts it. Fair catch, Achane at the 26. Well, don't miss a minute of the UIL football championship coverage. Of course, this is day 4, our final day. You can watch the games wherever you go on Fox Sports Go. Download the app, enter your TV provider information. You can live stream on your phone or tablet. Of course, another rematch is coming up next in Class 6A Division I, Duncanville and North Shore. Which ended on the Hail Mary, North Shore winning that one. And then 6A Division II tonight, Denton Geyer and Westlake. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Can spinning past 2 defenders. Quite step out of the tackle at the end by Colin Johnson. But what a run by Achane on what will be the final play of the first quarter. Devon Achane has left his mark so far. Big 3rd down conversion. Alito had the quick start. 2 touchdown passes by Jake Bishop. It's 14-7 Alito at the end of 1 here in Arlington.
A cat cafe sounded better in my head. Next time I'll go to Jack. At least then I'll get fed.
Head to Jack in the Box and experience the joy of missing out with my $4.99 white cheddar cheeseburger combo.
Only a Jack in the Box.
Jill, the doctor's here. Your back surgery went great, Jill. How you feeling?
Good. I can't believe it's over.
Oh, looks like you have a visitor.
Mommy! Hey! Are you better? So much better.
This country was built by people willing to get their hands dirty. This machine was built for them. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger 1000, the ultimate combination of price and performance. Born with a new high-efficiency engine that's geared for work. Backed by class-leading hauling and towing. And built to work side by side with the real-life heroes of Ranger Country. Polaris Ranger, driven to do more.
Never should have swiped right to go on this date. Wish I was a Jack. Their burgers are great.
Head to Jack in the Box and experience the joy of missing out with my $4.99 white cheddar cheeseburger combo.
Only a Jack in the Box.
Here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, start of the second quarter in the 5A Division II state championship game. Ted Emmerich, Shea Walker, our entire crew. Aledo led 14-0 before Devon Achan was able to wake up this offense on 3rd and 13.
Yep, he gets a little bit of a slow start after catching the ball. And you see the defenders there's at full speed before he gets there, but he is so fast, so dynamic. He runs away from him. Achan, we talked about it. He's got sprinter speed.
One of the best 200-meter times in the country. Won the state championship here in Texas in the spring at a time of 26.9. Also part of the state championship and national championship 4x100 and 4x200 relay teams. Marshall Ball to start the second. And check out the bunch at the top of your picture. Instead, it's Achan darting straight ahead. Can you catch him? Oh, he is caught. Allen tripped him up. Inside the 20. Still a 44-yard burst.
Well, you see that bunch receivers up top. There's 8 guys in the box right now. That is outstanding blocking by that Marshall offensive line. B.J. Allen, the safety. He's got a team high 116 tackles on the season. And, man, I'm going to say none bigger than that one right there.
Honorable mention, All-State himself. That was impressive. Marshall is in the red zone. It's Achan again. Down to the 13. Gain of 6. And Allen again on the tackle.
A little bit of a slithering, sliding, and then the guy can start and stop on a dime. Doesn't take a whole lot of direct hits either, Ted. I mean, he's kind of a smaller stature guy. But, I mean, he's so explosive and dynamic.
You see a little Jamal Charles in it.
I do. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the show, you and I was thinking that just the size and the stature, and if you just had a 2 in front of that 5,
yeah,
I'd even think a little bit more of it.
Try to turn the corner. Not this time. Luke Riley. It's a loss of 2. Riley and Hess building that fence for Aledo.
Hess has had a heck of a first half already for this team. We talked about the angles that need to be taken to slow this Buffalo offense down. He's done a flawless job of it all first half.
3rd and 6. Hornsby pulls it. And Hornsby is knocked down shy of the first down. He gains 2. Joe Earl out there on defense. The All-State receiver has played a little more corner here in the playoffs.
Well, they need his speed on the field to combat this Buffalo offense.
Decision time now, 4th and 4. Has not attempted many field goals with Edie Mamongolwa all year. And the Buffs are going for it. On the end, Brandon Tryon. Pylon touchdown. His first touch of the game. Game on.
Wow, gutsy call by head coach James Williams on 4th down. Knocking on the door. Everybody expecting number 5, Achane, to get it. Brandon Tryon. Wide receiver taking the handoff. What a play.
It's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Brandon Tryon, the 5'10 senior, leads the team in yards per catch. And there's a man down for Marshall, one of the big guys up front. Tryon's in his 1st year as a starter. Actually missed the first 4 games of the season with a hamstring injury. But he has made up for lost time. 6 touchdowns receiving, now 3 rushing on the year for Marshall.
You want to talk about a big playability. He's got a 91-yard touchdown catch. I mean, he's definitely there. That's Andre Sewell.
See him up on his feet, needing no assistance to the sideline. Mamangawa, who James Williams told us this week, we just call him Edie. That's what everyone calls him. We'll try to tie the score with the extra points. Out of the hold of Christian Jackson. Sneak in? No, it won't. Alito retains its lead on the missed extra point. Mamangawa has now missed 16 extra points this season. But Brandon Tryon carries it in for Marshall. It is a 1-point game in the 5A Division II championship.
It's gonna be a funky fight. Hit it. Party time. Funky Christmas. 27. You.
Buy or rent today and watch anytime, anywhere on your favorite screens with DirecTV Cinema. Movies start at channel 125.
What would be better than a Texas Hill Country Christmas? A lighted parade with over 100 floats? A courthouse lighting ceremony with Christmas carols and a visit by Santa? Join us on November 23rd for the 19th annual Lighted Parade and Courthouse Lighting Ceremony in downtown Kerrville. Bring your Christmas spirit. Help us celebrate the lighting of our 45-foot Christmas tree, the tallest in the Texas Hill Country. It's Christmas time in Kerrville, the capital of the Texas Hill Country.
High school sports under the spotlight, Sunday on Fox Sports Southwest.
Got a game now in the 5A Division II state championship. Alito led 14-0. Marshall has scored 13 unanswered. Now in the second quarter, it's Skycam today, driven by Polaris Ranger, bringing you all kinds of exceptional shots here at AT&T Stadium. Ted Emmerich, Shea Walker, Lauren Blackwell, Jason Spells, our entire crew. Check out the scoring drive. 6 plays, 74 yards. Devon Achane had 61 of the 74 yards, but Brandon Tryon scored the touchdown.
Well, and a gutsy call by head coach James Williams to go for it on 4th down and about 5 or 6 to go. And Tryon makes it pay off for Coach Williams, and as you said, Ted, we got us a ball game now, 14-13.
Return for Alito. Flag thrown high in the air as Allen made it to the 35.
Looked like a javelin. Back judge.
He's got an arm.
Yeah, I think he's nursing his rotator cuff right now. He threw it from almost where the star is, and it's down by the 20-yard line. I'm impressed.
Ricky Herron will clean things up. Yeah, pick up the flag. He's got a gun. Look at that.
The return. Illegal block in the back. Return team number 44. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Penalties on Luke Riley. It's on the kick return team. Let's take another look at the throw by the back judge. Check this out. Okay, Allen on the return. See it from Skycam. Look at the flag, top of your picture.
And where's the official? You can't see it anywhere.
You can't see where it started, but my gosh, well done. With the flag, not a ball. Well, you got the little weight in there, but still impressive.
Oh, yeah.
All right, first down. Chase McClellan as Aledo starts from its own 12 because of the penalty. And you heard McClellan run right into our parabolic mic operator.
You know, Ted, McClellan's not 100%. He wasn't 100% coming into the game, but whatever he was coming into the game, he's less than that. He just didn't have enough speed where he normally does to get around the edge. He was able to angle and get as many yards as he possibly could, but typically you would see Jace McClellan make it to the sideline and have enough room to go vertical. He's that fast. He's gutting it out right now.
Yeah, much more than just a plotter, but that's what he has turned into because of the ankle injury. Bishop goes down. Quincy Blair on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 8. Blair leads the team now with 17 tackles for loss. Also 16.5 sacks. Not exactly the prototypical defensive end. 6 feet, 200 pounds. But he's got a motor off the edge. 3rd and 8. Bishop sails in. There's JoJo Earl. First down and more. Now to the 45.
Ted, there were 3 Buffalo defenders in here. Take a look at this pass, the trajectory and the arc. Bishop drops it right in between the 3 yellow helmets, right where JoJo Earl is running to the sideline. Great pass, good pickup, 3rd down conversion.
Beautiful throw by Bishop. And by the way, JoJo Earl is gutting it out here late in the season. Tim Buchanan told us this week he's got a sore shoulder. He's giving everything he has right now, playing both ways. Now a dose of McClellan.
You know how it goes. When you're in a 16-game season and you're playing these guys, yes.
Marshall has come away with the ball, but was McClellan ruled down?
The ruling on the field is that the runner's forward progress to stop prior to the ball coming loose. Result of the play is the 2nd down.
Right, McClellan was fighting for yardage, Shea, and Marshall ripped it free, but apparently after the whistle.
Yeah, and McClellan, because he's such a dominant guy and he knows that he is one of the premier backs in the state of Texas, sometimes when he gets in those piles, he gets a little too aggressive because he was 2 forced fumbles against Ennis in the quarterfinal game, and that game went into overtime, but he's had a little bit of trouble hanging on to the football when he gets in those big piles.
It's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Earl on the carry around the end.
That's the speed that Jace McClellan usually runs at. Did you see JoJo Earl doing a good job of just not making the corner, but getting really close to picking up the 1st down.
5 yards to set up 3rd and 2 for Aledo in their 11th title game appearance overall. Marshall with James Williams, of course, in their 2nd. And in back-to-back years, running into the Bearcats again. 3rd and 2. Out of the pistol this time. Allen hammers forward for the 1st down to the Marshall 44. Now, Aledo is in its 9th state final appearance in 11 years. McClellan has been a part of the last 4 now.
Big boys up front getting a nice push, nice surge off that offensive line, and McClellan picking up the 1st down. Wasn't an easy one. Took a big shot, but he was able to do it.
Again, McClellan checks out. Go Roberts, the starting corner, nifty spin move. And down to the 35, close to the first down marker. In fact, it's 10 yards. Warren Robinson wrapped him up.
Roberts Jr. He's a tough physical runner. Has enough yards to pick up the first down.
And Alito is used to not having McClellan for stretches. He missed 7 games in the regular season because of a knee operation.
Please reset the game clock to 7 minutes and 3 seconds. 7:03 on the game clock.
And so Alito used the likes of Jeremiah James, who ran for 600 yards, mostly in the regular season. He's not available today. DeMarco Roberts has come on. They've used JoJo Earl.
Thank you.
As well. And, of course, the legs of Bishop. So, yes, they want their star running back in the lineup, but they know how to deal without him. The play fake. Down the seam, looking for Roberts. Off his hands, incomplete.
Marco Roberts lines up in the backfield, and on the little play action pass, he's able to get down behind the linebackers. The ball just a touch too high. And Jake Bishop knows, he's like, oh man, I can make that throw in my sleep.
Second and 10. McClellan back in there, off the play fake, deflected, almost intercepted. Derek Ledette, the Buffalo's linebacker, got his hands on it.
A dangerous pass here. Defensively, you see this Buffalo team starting to glide in. You see the hands up on that, and the ball goes right through the hands.
That's first interception of the year. 3rd and 10. For the sideline, Money Parks, the defender behind, his second touchdown, 34 yards.
Christian Jackson, the defensive back, he's no slouch. I mean, he is a really good player. But Money Parks, see on the sideline, he's able to shake the tackle after making the catch, waltzes into the end zone. He is money.
Well done.
I was trying to
Took
think
until the 6:37 mark of the second quarter to work that in. But yes, money has been money in the 5A Division II state championship game. So has Jake Bishop. 3 touchdowns so far.
Don't want to spoil the surprise, but could it be a 2019 Ranger with Ford Copilot 360 technology in lightning blue? I guess only Santa knows for sure.
During the Built for the Holidays sales event, get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 Ranger. Plus, earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
Central Texas College is here for those who are good with their hands. People who get their hands dirty or lend a helping hand. Hands that fix, cook, compose, discover, and heal. Get hands-on education to turn your potential into a higher-paying job. Central Texas College is central to your success. Hands down.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture, or you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance,
we're proud to protect all Texans.
The UIL Football State Championships on Fox Sports Southwest are brought to you by your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By Jack in the Box, proud sponsor of the Texas UIL Championships. By Polaris Ranger, driven to do more. By Baylor Scott & White Health, changing healthcare for the better. By Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud official sponsor of the UIL. And by Main Event, the most fun you can have under one roof. Main Event Entertainment. Together, we play.
Toledo chasing a UIL 11-man football record, 9th state championship, and in a rematch from last year, Money Parks helps them extend the lead. Now 21-13 over Fort Bend Marshall, 6:37 to play in this first half. Ted Emmerich, Shea Walker, Oren Blackwell, Jason Spells, our entire crew. With 2 scores, Bishop has thrown for 3 in the first half. Sends it away. Strong White on the return across the 30. Send it down to Jason.
You know, you take a look at college football, you see every major program celebrating the accomplishment with some form of jewelry, and guess what? We have that here on the Fort Bend Marshall sideline. This is the M block chain. It is given away to whoever is the player of the game. This is the most coveted piece of jewelry on this sideline coming into today's game. As they leave AT&T Stadium, I think they'll be looking for a ring. But Shea, I'm keeping this for you. You're our player of the game.
Oh, man, that's so awesome. Jason, I think that looks really good on you, too.
Shea, I want to get a picture of you wearing that.
You know, I want a picture of me in that.
Yeah.
I do.
On first down, Hornsby turning, sliding down at midfield. 17 yards for the quarterback.
Talented run. He had a wide receiver, and that was a run-pass option for Malik Hornsby as he was going out to his right. He's got a wide receiver down, and he said, look, I've got a better angle, so I'm going to take it. Good decision there by the quarterback, picking up first down yardage.
Williams told us about M block. It started 4 years ago with the senior class. It has become the rallying cry for the Buffaloes program. It's about their commitment, their family, their pride. And this year, as Jason said, they made the necklace for the player of the game. Achan dives for 3 yards. Caden Anderson made the tackle. Christian Jackson wore it last week. He had 2 interceptions, also blocked a punt. Jackson was telling James Williams, at some point this year, I'm going to wear the necklace, okay? And he finally delivered on that promise in the state semifinals.
Yeah, what a great time to do it, huh?
Yep.
To propel your team into back to AT&T Stadium for the 2nd year in a row.
2nd and 7. Ulmer goes in motion. Chan off tackle. Blockers in front. And inside the 30. DeMarco Roberts on the stop. 20 yards just like that from Devon Achan.
Well, Larry Moore and Dalen Malvo on the left side of that offensive line doing a great job of sealing off. And if you give Achan this much space and room, he's going to make you pay.
Shea was named the Houston Touchdown Club Offensive Player of the Year, and his future coach in college, Jimbo Fisher, was in attendance. Speed pulls it this time. The stiff arm on Max Lucas, but Lucas hangs on. Hornsby down at the 20. It's a gain of 7.
Great hustle there by Max Lucas, because originally Hornsby had it open out to the outside. Hornsby was waiting for, or excuse me, Lucas was waiting for him. And take another look here. He kind of gets a little mixed decision there. Love the angle. Again, we're talking about the angles that Max Lucas takes to make sure that he does not pick up more yards. Big play on first down, but it could have been much bigger.
2nd and 3. Empty set. High pass. Achan corrals it. First down for Marshall inside the 15. Roberts in the coverage.
Think about if you're the guy that's covering Achan man-to-man. in the secondary. You know, you've got to give him some room. If you don't, he'll blow right by you. I mean, he's that sprinter speed that we've talked about.
And Achane, the lone receiver at the top of your screen. 4 at the bottom. Hornsby, the keeper. He's inside the 10.
Yeah,
A gain of 5.
Luke Riley on the play there. He was spying. He was playing that spy concept position against Malik Hornsby. Hornsby thought he had everything out to the left. He had the bunch, and then you had Achane to the top of the formation, and he thought he was going to have another running lane. Luke Riley said, we saw that play before. That's not happening today.
You got to have a spy on Malik Hornsby.
You have to. I mean, he's that dynamic of a runner. As we said, over 1,400 yards, over 16 touchdowns. He's tough to stop.
Again keeping, and this time he's wrapped up in the backfield. Keenan Hess. It's a loss of 5.
Bearcat defender.
That's Oliver Crow, the junior defensive tackle who you brought up earlier, Shea. Crow had a torn labrum back in February, was ready for the start of the season. Tim Buchanan says, I don't know where we would be defensively without him.
Yeah, it's the unsung hero job that he has, playing defensive tackle. But he eats up blocks on the offensive line. He gets penetration deep into the backfield. He harasses quarterbacks. He's tough in the run game. Does all of the things that you want from your head coach. He really is. Crow is I would say he's the heartbeat of that defense, but he's the stalwart. He's kind of the standard for that. These guys all rally around because they know what he's going to do every play.
Tim Buchanan's out there on the field as well, checking on Crow. See the grimace on his face. It's a big loss for the Aledo defense with Marshall moving in the red zone. Although with that stop on Malik Hornsby, it's now 3rd and 9 for the Buffs. Final 3 minutes of the first half. It's in motion. Hornsby on the move. He skipped it in. Incomplete. Intended for Matthews. 4th down.
And didn't put enough zip on the ball as he was rolling out to his right. I'm a little surprised Hornsby did not take off and run. He had an angle to the pylon. You see the defenders getting jammed. A little bit of outside pursuit there by Luke Riley. Again, the spy going down on Hornsby, which forced the errant throw.
And this time on 4th down, James Williams has sent on his kicker, Edie Mamangalwa. Remember, he missed the extra point after the 2nd touchdown earlier this quarter. This will be from 29. Timeout.
Timeout. Marshall. First charge for the first half.
James Williams told us this week, Shea, a comfortable range for Mamangalwa is 35 yards. But again, they have not attempted many field goals all year. But you do want to end up with points after a drive like this, right?
Well, not only after a drive like that, but also in a game like this. You've got to have points when you have an opportunity to get the ball, because you don't know when your next time will be.
Of course, they went for it on 4th down on their last possession. Brandon Tryon ran it in from 13 yards out. That was on 4th and 4. This is 4th and 9.
Well, Ted, if you see
different matter.
The huddle over here by the Buffaloes, it looks like they're going to bring the offense back out.
The timeout, a different call by James Williams. And Aledo has to adjust as well. 4th and 9 from the 13. And now Aledo calls timeout.
Timeout. Aledo. First charge for the first half.
So Tim Buchanan and his staff, they were able to take a look at what Marshall was lining up in. They called timeout. Downstairs to Jason.
I heard you guys talking earlier about Malik and whether or not he's an athlete or a quarterback on the next level. That growth we've actually seen from his junior to his senior year at Fort Bend. You take a look when he's in the pocket, he's always keeping his eyes downfield. I had a chance to speak with James Williams, that coach before today's game. He said this is part of Malik's growth. He wants to prove he's a quarterback, although he knows he can tuck it and run. He wants to show his ability to maneuver the pocket, stay behind the line of scrimmage, and always keep his eyes downfield looking for his receivers.
Jason, thank you. He's definitely a quarterback. He committed to North Carolina in May, decommitted the next month, but Baylor, Oregon, Purdue, Texas A&M, many others have offered. 4th and 9. Hornsby toward the end zone, caught. That will be a first down. Devon Achane pulls it in. 10 yards on 4th and 9. It's 1st and goal for the Buffs.
Well, ice is flowing through his veins. No pressure there. He throws a dart in between two defenders. Achane, the leading receiver, as you said earlier, comes up with a huge catch. Great job of hanging on to the ball. He gets rocked by Nathan Fingar.
Achane with 5 catches for 88 yards in this first half, in addition to what he's done on the ground. 1st and goal. Achane slicing in. Is he across? His teammates say yes. The officials say yes. Touchdown, Marshall.
How about the catch on 4th down and 9? He gets 10. Fighting his way into the end zone. He's got the hand up. Ball across.
Again, we do have instant replay available for the UIL State Championship games for a 2nd straight year. Check that left knee. Check the elbow.
The previous play is under review.
Of course, as a scoring play, they're going to take another look at it. First glance, that looks like a touchdown.
Yeah, it'll be very difficult to overturn that. But I want to go back to something real about Devon Achane. As much as he touches the football, Ted, as dynamic of a runner, you see, we've seen him out in space. We've seen him in the middle of the defense. He has had 1 fumble this year. That's it. For as many touches as he gets. Great job of protecting the football.
Considering how much he is used.
Well, his balance.
As a runner and as a receiver. Yeah, that is impressive. Yeah, what do you think here, Shea?
Well, you see the left knee goes down and then the left elbow, but the ball, to me, I feel like it's past the threshold, like right there, because of where his left elbow hits, even though the knee is down.
Right.
I just think it'd be very difficult to overturn, and I'm reminded of him having only 1 fumble, as you see the linebacker who's been creating havoc with this Buffalo offense. Luke Riley is trying to strip the ball right at the goal line. He's been already upended. He's in the air, and he still has the wherewithal to hang on to the football.
I'd say it's wonderful camera work by our crew. When you stop it, you freeze frame that like we just saw. He might be just short. And it's awfully tough, yeah, right?
I think it'll be difficult to overturn it, but that's why we have replay.
That's right, to get it right.
Get it right.
We have college replay officials here at AT&T Stadium for the 4 days this week. Well, James Williams can do his weight, yeah, like the rest of us. One more look. Let's compare again.
Oh,
the left side is going to be a much better look at where the ball is, but also check out where that left knee is. Simultaneous here, and that ball, I don't think it's across, and his knee is down. What a wonderful job by our crew. I think he's going to be just short inside the 1, inches away from the goal line. Just so tough to make a call like that in real time.
Oh,
because it looked like a touchdown. Then Ricky Herron will relay the call momentarily.
The further review, the runner was down just short of the goal line. Result of the play is a second down. Clock will start on the ready.
Look at the placement of the ball, Ted. I can't, from our vantage point, I can't see any green between the tip of the ball and the goal line.
Yeah, second and goal from about the 1-inch line for Fort Bend Marshall.
Chan looks like he's behind. Give a little push.
Will it be Hornsby sneaking it? Denied initially. Second effort. Touchdown. There it is for the Buffs. Marshall within 2.
Hornsby's a long body, 6'3", 180 pounds. Holding it again to see. The people from the Alito side are saying, no, let's look at the replay.
A lot of Alito fans right below us. Could we have another review? Malik Hornsby is saying, come on.
The previous play is under review.
Yep, we will. All right. Let's put this one under the microscope.
Somehow the ball lands in the end zone. Again, was the knee down? Hard to know from the vantage point that we had the one look. But take a look. He's going to go kind of over to his right just a little bit as he gets that in that second effort. Initial effort, no.
Reaching out. He's crossed the plane, but what about his knees? That's going to be the question mark with all the angles we have available this week. Can you see through that pile? It's hard to tell from that angle.
Well, and the call on the field is a touchdown.
That's right. Once again, it will take a lot to overturn it. Key words being indisputable. Clear and obvious.
See the reach out after that. He's in that body and that mass. He's going to be right behind. So right there is where it looks like he's out over the top.
That was a great push up front by Matt Bell, the sophomore defensive tackle.
Yeah, a sophomore.
He stood Hornsby up initially, forcing Hornsby to curl to the other side. Here's the call.
The further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Result of the play is a touchdown.
So it is a score for Hornsby. And Marshall trails by 2. Check out the Ford leaderboard and the leading rushers today for Fort Bend Marshall. A-Chan, of course, at the top of the list, 94 yards on 10 carries. But Hornsby now with his second touchdown on the ground. Opting not to go for the tie. Looking to pull to within 1. Momongawa sneaks it inside the upright. And Alito's lead is now 21-20. Malik Hornsby now with 17 rushing touchdowns on the season. He transferred from Austin High School in Houston before last year. James Williams said he fit in right away. A great leader, a great teammate, doesn't care about the spotlight, but the kids just follow him. A natural leader for Marshall. Well, next season marks a historic milestone for the University Interscholastic League, easy for me to say, as it celebrates 100 years of UIL high school football. The first UIL football state championship game was played in 1920, and today's schools carry on the tradition and excitement of high school football in Texas. Hey, high school football is much more than the game on the field. It celebrates the efforts and the participation of the band, cheerleaders, drill teams, spirit groups, color guard, and every hometown and local community. Kicks it away. DeMarco Roberts upended across the 40. Well, Alito quarterback Jake Bishop has been on point in this first half.
He really has, and he's been executing the offense to perfection. And obviously the first touchdown to Money Parks as he slings it out to the little slot receiver, then over the top. Joe Earl get behind the defense. Parks again. Hang it off with the touchdown. Yeah, I'm telling you, that he is a difference maker. And try to find as many ways as possible, and I'm sure Coach Buchanan would agree with that.
On first down, Bishop carries up the middle for 4 yards. Edward Brown made the tackle. There are Bishop's numbers: 152 yards, 3 scores through the air. And for Aledo, minute 10 to go. They've got 2 timeouts. Remember, Marshall will have the ball to start the second half. Bishop rifles it. That's caught. JoJo Earl, a first down in Marshall territory. Pickup of 8 to the 46.
Good to see your receivers that you think are these blazers and the guys that always go down the field is to recognize his own defense, sit down softly in it, and make a catch for a first down.
Bishop to the boundary. Miko Little, his first catch. Out of bounds at the 41. That goes for 5. Tim Buchanan has to be loving this. First year back on the sideline since 2013 when they were able to go to the state championship, beat Brenham in what was then 4A Division II. And leading them to the state championship game in his first year back on the sideline. 2nd and 5. Bishop in some trouble. Wise decision. Quincy Blair bringing the heat for Marshall. The 3rd and 5 now. 39 seconds to play in the half. What are you looking for here? You got to cover Earl and Parks, right?
Well, I
pretty
think
simple.
The Bearcats can be as aggressive as they want to be on offense, and I don't think there's really any repercussions that they have to worry about. Throw the ball downfield, give your playmakers a chance, or keep dinking and dunking to pick up or move the chains and see if you can get close enough to take a shot at the end.
Bishop floats it down the sideline. It's Parks. Inside the 10. He beats Sylvester LeBaume down at the 3. 38 yards on the hookup.
We talk about the great throws by Jake Bishop. That was another good one right over the top as Parks was the second guy closest to the line of scrimmage, and he just squeezes out, runs down the sideline. That was a great pitch and catch. Nice job of recognition by Bishop.
33 seconds to go in the half. 1st and goal. McClellan slamming it, reaching. He's got to be careful there. Down at the 1. Quincy Blair has the football, but I believe McClellan, was ruled down.
Second time in the first half, Ted, that we have seen that ball
ruling
get
on the field
ripped
is
out.
that the runner was down prior to the ball coming loose. Timeout, Aledo. Second charge timeout of the first half.
I mean, you appreciate the persistence here, but you got to watch out
The
there.
game clock to 27
That
seconds.
ball is vulnerable.
2-7 on the game clock.
But he is ruled down.
You have to love the hustle and the effort, but sometimes that discretion is the better part of valor, especially when you're playing in a state championship game and you've got an opportunity to put points on the board. Just go down. I mean, give it the effort, but
so timeout Aledo, 2nd and goal coming up from the 1. Let's look at the last 5 seasons for Aledo. Again, Coach Buck, Tim Buchanan back on the sideline for Aledo this year. Steve Wood in his 5 years as the head coach before he and Buchanan essentially swapped roles. 75-4 with 3 state championships in those 5 seasons.
Steve Wood, what a job he did. Coming in, and kind of an interesting story around how he got the head coaching job, because he coached that first state championship under the title of interim head coach.
2nd and goal. Jumbo set at a timeout for the Buffs.
Timeout, Marshall. Second charge for the first half.
Tim Buchanan told us that I have had so much fun this year. I had no fun the last 5 years as athletic director. He said that at the end of his 21-year tenure as head coach, before he became the AD for 5 years. Buchanan said, I was overworked. There was no secretary at Aledo. Forget about any assistant to handle some of the usual athletic director jobs. He said an hour before the game, back at Aledo, somebody would come up to him and say, the popcorn machine isn't working. What do we do, coach? And Buck is like, I got a team to coach. I got a game to get ready for. And so Aledo, ISD decided to split the jobs, and Buchanan said, okay, this is the natural move. I'll become the AD. He said it was a mistake the moment he became the athletic director because he missed coaching so much.
Boy, what a great coach he is.
2nd and goal. Lucas, the linebacker, in as a blocking back. McClellan chopped down short of the goal line by Quincy Blair.
He got upended. Did McClellan.
15 seconds. Aledo does have 1 timeout remaining, but they work with tempo. Bishop surges into the end zone, and Aledo beats the clock. A touchdown to close out the first half.
It's Lucas, the linebacker, in there, number 8, giving the push to get Jake Bishop over the goal line. Initially stopped, but there. So it's important when you put your starting linebacker in the fullback spot, knowing that you just need a little bit of leverage to get across the line.
Little with the extra point. Jake Bishop has accounted for all 4 touchdowns for the Bearcats. 3 through the air. And now 1 on the ground as he searches for his 2nd consecutive state championship. Of course, he lost as the starter his sophomore year in 2017 to College Station, 20-19. Fuel to win a state championship, and honestly, multiple state championships like both of his brothers did. His brothers, Matt and Luke, both left their imprints on the Aledo program. Matt winning 3 state titles from 2009 to 2011. Luke went back-to-back in 2013 and 2014. And Jake is trying to win his 2nd ring now. Six seconds to go in the half. Middle of the line drive. And out at the 30 is Terrence Fontenot. First half this has been, especially after how it started, it looked like, uh-oh, could it be another Aledo runaway? Up 14-0.
The Buffaloes certainly fought back in this first half, Ted, but if you think about this, 2 of their touchdowns are on 4th down. It's you don't want to have yourself in that position, but the Buffaloes, again, you got to give them a lot of credit. Down 14-0 against the defending state champion, coming back and making a game out of it.
Hornsby will likely take the knee here and head to the locker room. Now, last year's final was 55-19 Aledo. The rematch has been a far different game, but Jake Bishop, with 3 touchdown passes and 1 touchdown run, has Aledo in front at the break. 28-20 our score. Aledo, of course, chasing a UIL record 9th state championship in 11-man football. We send it down to Lauren Blackwell with Tim Buchanan.
Thanks, Jay. Coach Buck, overall assessment of Jake Bishop and your offense performance in the first half?
Right now, our offense is really playing well. Defensively, we're playing pretty good. We're just giving up some big plays.
Devon Achane, 94 rushing yards in the first half. What do you guys need to do to slow him down in the second half?
Well, just tackle him. We're getting to him every once in a while. We just got to tackle better.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Now, that is easier said than done. Lauren, Devon Achane has been Marshall's offense along with Malik Hornsby. Round 2 between Aledo and Marshall. We're halfway through. 28-20 Aledo. Fort halftime is next.
Main event, where your winter fun pass starts at just $14.99. All you can play bowling, billiards, laser tag, and more just in time for bragging rights season. Get your winter fun pass starting at just $14.99. Only at Main Event.
Jill, the doctor's here. Your back surgery went great, Jill. How are you feeling?
Good. I can't believe it's over.
Oh, looks like you have a visitor.
Mommy. Hey.
Are you better?
So much better.
This country was built by people willing to get their hands dirty. This machine was built for them. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger 1000, the ultimate combination of price and performance. Born with a new high-efficiency engine that's geared for work. Backed by class-leading hauling and towing. And built to work side by side with the real-life heroes of Ranger Country. Polaris Ranger, driven to do more.
Hurry in Main Event, where your winter fun pass starts at just $14.99. All you can play bowling, billiards, laser tag, and more just in time for bragging rights season. Get your winter fun pass starting at just $14.99. Only at Main Event.
Last year's 4A D2 state championship, Alito has been money. Money Parks, they're the future Utah Ute with 2 scores in the first half, but a big response from the Buffs. Malik Hornsby, Devonna Chan charging back with a pair of scores. Jake Bishop would join Money Parks on the Alito board, scoring just before the half as Jake seeks his second ring in joining his brothers and securing at least a pair in the Bishop family legacy here for Alito. We got a good one at the half in Jerry's house as we welcome you into Ford Halftime. Aaron Hardigan along the coach, Ken Purcell, and your favorite managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, Greg Tepper. And boy, is this year's rematch a little different from last year's meeting between these two.
Yeah, and I think there's a few things. One, I don't think the moment's too big for Fort Bend Marshall this year. Last year, they came in a little bit starry-eyed, and I think it got them beat. But the other thing, the biggest thing, is that last year, Coach, they got dominated in the trenches, absolutely clobbered up front. So far, Alito's still winning up front, but it's a lot closer matchup, and that's allowing their athletes to get out in space and make plays.
Well, the middle of the first quarter, I said, here we go again. Alito's fixing to win another state championship. And then all of a sudden, the tide shifted, the momentum shifted a little bit. Marshall started competing. Seems like they got their feet under them and started playing well. Now, this is long from over. I don't know who's going to win this ball game. If they don't find a way to handle quarterback Bishop, it's going to be a long day.
Buckle up, Coach, because we're about to walk you through the first half again, because it was worth doing so. So Bearcats and Buffs meeting again after last year's game, and the Buffs seeking redemption while Alito looks to join Richland Springs atop the mountain here in Texas. Opening drive of the game, Jake Bishop hitting Money Parks because he's money tough.
Yeah, this was an incredible play, a little bit of shiftiness there. He gets into the open field and he is gone.
Bearcats would jump out to a 7-0 lead on the next Alito possession as Coach mentioned Bishop finding a wide open JoJo Earl. Go, go, JoJo is what they said.
Blown coverage, obviously a blown coverage for him to be wide open, but Bishop hit him.
So 2 big blows from Alito. How would the Buffs respond? Well, on 3rd and long, Malik Hornsby in trouble. Somehow avoids the rush and gets it to Devonna Chan.
And that's the difference in Malik Hornsby this year. Last year, he would have taken off and run. There, he hung in the pocket, looked downfield, and found his man.
And 2 plays later, he'd fake the pass and take it himself tough. Buffs hanging tough, so that's 14-7. Alito, after 1, into the second quarter will go. Marshall driving and going for it on 4th and 4 at the Alito 13. That's Brandon Tryon from 13 yards out.
Speed, speed, speed. If he got the corner, no one could catch him.
Later in the quarter, Bishop rolling out. And who else would you go to in a situation like that, Ted?
Jake Bishop has been unbelievable this year, and I'll tell you, he has grown so much. He does what the game asks him to do.
Money Parks with a pair of scores on the ensuing Marshall possession. The Buffs converted another 4th down. Hornsby sneaking it in. Now the play was reviewed, and take another look here. His knee would be down just before that ball would cross the line, Coach.
Well, it's tough on the inside there. This was the second try, and he did get in the end zone.
So on the second attempt, they do call it, but what would Alito do just before the break, Tep?
Just a dime from Jake Bishop, hitting his man down the left side, and suddenly sets him up to strike right before half.
And again, Jake looking to join his brothers Luke and Matt with at least a pair of rings. Now, Matt has a three-peat in joining a family of state championship winning quarterbacks there. When you look at the numbers, Coach, what jumps out to you most?
Well, actually, the numbers are pretty equal as you look across the board. I just think this is going to be the big series that they had was just before halftime, and they came in, it was 21-20, and I thought, okay, this isn't bad, but there was 1:21 left on the clock, and I said, if Alito can go down and score, this is really a statement.
The biggest thing for me, 7 of 8 on 3rd down for Alito. Fort Bend Marshall has had opportunities to get the Bearcats off the field, but they can't get that done. They've got to step up defensively on 3rd down. They've got to shorten these possessions because right now Jake Bishop is feeling it.
Well, and a little different game in the trenches as well. In fact, as our Baylor Scott and White game diagnosis shows, the front is helping that Olympic speed behind it, like Devonna Chan.
That's exactly right. Look, you look at Devonna Chan, and this guy is an unbelievable athlete, one of the fastest players in the state, and he is so quick as well. What I really appreciate about him is that he's got great vision and balance as well. He is a complete athlete, and by the way, they've thrown it to him a couple times. He's a big-time receiver out of the backfield as well. He can do a little bit of everything.
He's effective in, as you say, in different dimensions. Alito has got to wrap him up, and that's what Coach Buchanan said going off the field. We've got to tackle. Now, that's easier said than done when you're talking about that young man. But I think this is going to be a game of mistakes in the second half. Who makes less mistakes? You talked about the 7 of 8 conversions on 3rd down. I believe Bishop was involved in every one of those conversions. A couple of times he ran for it himself. If they can't, I know I sound like a broken record, but if they can't find a way to deal with him, it's going to be a long game.
Yeah, and one more thing. Think back 2 years ago when they played College Station, and he was on this big stage, and he looked lost. Now, yes, he is in complete command.
Well, and speaking of command, can we relive last night's when the 5A action got going with Division I play? You had Coach's former program that he oversaw, Denton Ryan, looking for its first state title since going back-to-back in 01 and 02. First trip since 2010, though. Shadow Creek back in the title game after losing to Highland Park last year, so smelling redemption in the water. Second quarter, here's a play you don't see every day, Tep.
Yeah, remember how when you were growing up, you used to see all the different referee signals that you never saw? Well, illegal kicking is one of them, but Randy Masters is Johnny on the spot, picks it up and takes it all the way back for a game-changing score.
And take another look, Nuzza with the quick thinking to kick the ball away. The sophomore Masters with quick thinking of his own to pick it up and take off, catching the Raiders off guard there. So a heads-up play by him as well, Coach.
Well, that was the bad thing there. The Raiders actually walked away from the ball. They didn't think it was a live ball, and he was sharp to get it.
14-8 at the break, so in the fourth we go. Kelvon Brown breaking it in. It's an 8-yard score, so Shadow Creek up 28-15, but the Raiders aren't done yet. Seth Hennigan, the son of the coach, hits Jatavion Sanders in the back of the end zone. It's a 26-yard strike.
Jatavion Sanders just going up and getting it in a good ball from Seth Hennigan.
After Ryan forced Shadow Creek to punt, 9 seconds to go. Hennigan hitting Billy Bowman because why not? A little hook and lateral there. Jatavion Sanders would end up with it, and he gets called out of bounds.
Yeah, a late hit, and suddenly they are in Hail Mary range.
Final seconds. Hennigan buying time. Would we have another Hail Mary, guys? Oh, and it is off the hands, dropping to the turf. You take another look. Sanders has it there for a bit. TJ Marshall gets a hand in there. And then it's just second year as a varsity program, guys. Shadow Creek is the 5A D1 state champ. How about that 28-22, Coach?
To me, the thing that stands out was the Sharks' defense. That defensive performance by Shadow Creek was unbelievable. They fly to the ball. Now, Ryan has a great defense also, but Shadow Creek's was really something.
Reaction from it.
time fight, and both teams hung in there, and, you know, we found a way there. I thought we made too many mistakes, but we found a way to win. I couldn't be happier. I just seen the ball coming. You know, he thought he could jump higher than me. I'd like to thank God for this moment. It's truly an honor. Thank you.
What can you say about the ability to go to state twice in the first 2 years of varsity and come away with a state title in the second year?
We're the new kids on the block, and can't nobody stop us.
I literally sat there last night, Tep, and I'm like, are we about to have another Hail Mary game?
Yeah.
Is Rick Ryan going to have to do another piece on this one now?
Well, and that game looked like it was over, right? Denton Ryan looked dead and buried, but they come roaring back in the final minutes and find a way to stay in it. But Coach was hitting the nail on the head. The dominant force in this game was the Shadow Creek defense. Their team speed on the defense was just too much for Ryan to handle. Ryan made a late surge and made it very interesting late, but in the end, Shadow Creek was the better squad last night, and they showed it, and they're going back to Pearland with a state championship.
All right, well, there you have it for your 5A D1 King. The Shadow Creek Sharks in just their second year as a varsity program, as we are just getting started here on day 4 of the championships. And boy, are we going to go out with a bang. We'll tee you up on 6A next on Ford Halftime.
Cat Cafe sounded better in my head. Next time I'll go to Jack. At least then I'll get fed.
Head to Jack in the Box and experience the joy of missing out with my $4.99 white cheddar cheeseburger combo.
Only a Jack in the Box.